What's up, guys? Trill here, better known as Budget Bill, and this is your second stimulus check update and stimulus package update for Thursday, October the 22nd. I hope all of you have a beautiful morning today on Thursday. Yesterday, there was a lot of optimism regarding whether or not they will get a deal passed before Election Day. Even President Trump is casting doubt on striking a deal. Also, we heard from Mark Meadows as he is optimistic and thinks that they are very close, and he hopes they will have some kind of deal in the next 48 hours. And also, those $200 prepaid drug cards that President Trump promised to send out to seniors, well, there's been a little bit of a change that I want to go ahead and discuss with you. And the Senate voting on that second skinny bill earlier yesterday, and the results are in. But those are just some of the topics that we are going to cover today. But before we get started, if you could go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the channel. It definitely means a lot to me, and it's completely free to do so. Also, click the notification bell so that you can be notified of every new video I upload. And if you want an opportunity to get 2 free stocks worth up to $1,600, all you have to do is download the Webull Investing app using the link down below. Then deposit $100 into your account. Those 2 free stocks will be worth a minimum of $8 each and could be as high as $1,600. If you do decide to join, go ahead and let me know down in the comments section on which stocks you actually received for free. In addition, if you think that Congress should get off their pass this stimulus bill this Friday and send you your stimulus checks, then go ahead and smash the like button and let's get this video to 500 likes before the day is over. Alright, so I told you guys on the last video that Nancy Pelosi's 48-hour deadline turned into nothing but froth. She had Americans thinking that we were inches away from striking a deal on a second stimulus package with the White House. Unfortunately, she sort of flip-flopped and stated on Wednesday that what she actually meant by the deadline was that both sides had 48 hours to place all of their information and details on the table so that they can figure out where they are. And that deadline also pinpointed the timeline in which the deal needs to be voted on and signed by the president in order to happen prior to Election Day. Well, Tuesday night came and there was nothing. The parties are still negotiating from what they tell us. As Nancy Pelosi and Steven Mnuchin continue to make traction, they are in a process of discussing a comprehensive agreement. They have made great progress this week towards ironing out the language concerns surrounding the action needed to crush the virus. Mnuchin has already stated that he would change the necessary wording needed in order to move on the remaining differences. Both Pelosi and White House Chief of Staff, Mark Meadows, said that they aim to have a deal in place before the end of the week. But as we all know, they have been aiming for a lot of stuff over the past several months, and nothing has happened for the American people. This pandemic disrupted our country back in March. We received our first stimulus checks around April, and here we are in late October waiting for a second stimulus deal to be passed and a second round of stimulus checks to be mailed out to the American people. White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows spoke with reporters on Wednesday, signaling that the negotiations are getting closer and closer each day. Meadows said that discussions have entered into a new phase as the White House and Democratic negotiators attempt to find common ground on key issues. He said that he is optimistic and that everyone shares the same one goal, and that is hopefully to get some kind of deal in the next 48 hours. Now, Pelosi already gave her 48 hours on one side, and now Mark Meadows is saying that they should have something in the next 48 hours from his side. I hope this doesn't turn into a trend going forward and the American people can receive a bit of hope within the next 48 hours. I don't know how much more American people can take from these politicians that have a hard time working with each other. But overall, Mark Meadows said that they are still far apart on key topics and still have a number of issues to work on. But the last 24 hours have moved the ball down the field. So this is obviously some good news, but will it hold up when it's time to get the job done? Meanwhile, President Trump has been at odds with members of his own administration and top Senate Republicans over the potential economic relief deal. He has repeatedly urged the GOP to go big or go home, as well as that he wants a bigger stimulus package than what the Democrats want. However, he has caused several senators to distance themselves from Trump while showing little interest in such a hefty top-line stimulus package. But President Trump appears to be fading away as he throws shade towards his own aide shortly after they all expressed optimism on striking a deal. Trump tweeted yesterday that he just don't see any way Nancy Pelosi and crying Chuck Schumer will be willing to do what is right for our great American workers or our wonderful U.S. itself on stimulus. Their primary focus is bailing out poorly run and high crime Democrat cities and states. Pelosi and Mnuchin are scheduled to speak again this morning as they face a range of political pitfalls with under 2 weeks until the election. President Trump is still pushing for an amazing relief package deal with a bigger stimulus check than the previous. And the Republican senators are saying no more relief aid for America. They believe the country is fine and the American people don't need any more help. They only agree that the businesses need the additional funding at this time. Now, moving on to that smaller skinny bill that Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell introduced earlier this week. This standalone bill was projected to offer some unspent funds to be reallocated for the PPP or Paycheck Protection Program. This bill also offered a $300 per week supplemental unemployment insurance benefit and liability protections for businesses. Now, this skinny bill had a price tag of $500 billion and was more targeted than the larger stimulus deal that is currently under negotiation talks. But this new skinny bill was brought to the Senate floor yesterday for a vote, and the Senate Democrats actually blocked this GOP relief deal. The results of the vote came in 60 votes short of what was needed in order to pass it. Let's go ahead and talk about those $200 drug discount prepaid cards that President Trump promised to send to seniors back in September. Originally, these cards were expected to be sent out to American seniors sometime in October. However, new reports are showing that these cards won't be arriving until after the election in November. The White House Chief of Staff, Mark Meadows, told reporters that the $200 cards for Medicare recipients will arrive in November or December, but definitely not by November the 3rd. He said that they are still working to finalize the approvals and hope to be completed within the next 24 to 48 hours. Now, even though these cards won't be received in October, this is still some great news as the program still remains on track. So that means you will just be receiving the cards at a later date. I know there were some recent reports stating that there were some legal issues regarding sending these prepaid drug cards out to people, but apparently they have cleared all of those up and they will be sending those out to Americans later this year. Now, just for giggles, this specific program would cost around $8 billion as they have about 39 million Medicare recipients to send those drug cards to. Other than that, hey, I hope to have another update for you midday today as I will try to keep you guys up to date on the stimulus news. Outside of that, if you found value in this video, please give it a like. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can be a part of it. Other than that, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.